Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Marketing the Invisible. My name is Tom Poland, beaming out to you as always from on the white sand next to the big blue ocean at Little Castaways Beach in Queensland, Australia. Joined today by Dr. Fred Moss. Fred, g'day, sir. Very warm welcome. Where are you beaming out from?
I'm beaming out from Grass Valley, California, which is somewhere between Sacramento and Reno up in Northern California. It's warm out here today. Yeah, it's
Grass
good
Valley
though.
sounds like a nice part of the world to be in. Um,
It is.
for those of you who haven't met Dr. Fred Moss before, he's actually the undoctor. I mean, he is a doctor, but he's the undoctor. He undiagnoses, unmedicates, and then helps people undoctrinate. I think it's very clever. He uses connection, creativity, and communication as a universal means to true healing and reclaiming lost lives. My spine is tingling, Fred. I think that's just the world needs more of this. Can't wait to hear what you've got to say. The title, folks, is that you are not actually mentally ill. You're just a human. And Fred's going to share with us more about that in the following 7 minutes. Fred, our time starts now, sir. Who is your ideal client?
So my ideal client has been identified as typically entrepreneurial parent. And these are the people who are most affected by this. Maybe their lives are falling apart. Maybe their marriages are falling apart. Their businesses are falling apart. The relationship with their now growing up children are falling apart. And, maybe even their whole family and is falling apart. And these people are really wondering what they can do to move their life forward, what they can do to gain some control, what they can do to heal the pain of what it is to be human that we actually all experience.
It sounds like their life is not going according to plan.
Exactly.
Question two, 6.5 minutes left. How would you define the problem that you solve for these people?
Well, when looking at this, how there's when you're an entrepreneurial parent, and I know I certainly have met that criteria before, when you're a parent of young adult children, sometimes you reach a point where your life is just really seeming to totally fall apart. Your kids aren't listening. The relationship isn't working, like I said, and, no one's listening, no one's hearing you. You don't really have a purpose. You're kind of aimless and helpless. So what I do is I provide through creativity, connection, communication, and frankly, also the gifts of nature as a source of all healing for all conditions, a reframing, if you will, a reconfiguration of the narrative that supports one actually being healthy even if they're uncomfortable. So discomfort and even tragic discomfort is not representative of being ill. It's representative simply, as the title suggests, of being human. And once people really get the optimization that what they're experiencing in life, painful or miserable or as intolerable as it seems, is really just a fundamental aspect of being human, we then can launch into a post-healing phase where all sorts of new possibilities can arise.
Well said, sir. Thank you. 5 minutes left. Question number 3. Give us a few symptoms. We've talked about children not listening. We've talked about life's not going according to plan A, I suppose. What would you say are some of the typical symptoms that would be sort of the highlights of what's going on in a person's life where they go, gosh, I need to find out more about what Dr. Fred does?
Well, thank you for the question. Here's what we can do. We can look at a couple different spaces. If it is actually the adult entrepreneurial parent who we're aiming at, and most of the time it is, some of the symptoms might be that they're kind of doing things on the side, doing things, they're being secretive. Maybe there's drugs and alcohol are involved. Maybe there's extramarital affairs involved. Maybe they're finding some sort of pleasure, overeating. Some of the addictive properties might be that, where they know that their life isn't going as good as they might look like it is. So that's one thing. Sort of a duplicity in how they walk through the world would be one way to look at it.
Right.
Other problems, are other symptoms that people might experience when talking, perhaps they're contacting me for the care of their children, is that their children are failing in school, or the children are, committing crimes, or the children are having no friends, or, being violent, or being any kind of things that we all hope our children don't go through. Those are also symptoms, because the children can be a very real barometer of how the family and the parent's life is going.
Fascinating. Thank you, sir. Question number 4. we're talking about entrepreneurs as parents, and they're generally quite hardworking and proactive. They're going to try stuff to fix this. So question 4 is, what are some of the common mistakes that people make trying to fix this problem before they find your solution? 3 minutes to go.
Exactly. And so, I like to look at this, that there is approximately 4 different ways to go when we're looking at any problem. Number 1, we can do nothing, right? We can just kind of do, life is meant to be painful and then you die, and I'm just going to hang in there, white knuckle, and then that's it. And this is the best I can hope for.
All right.
And some people really do, unfortunately, do choose that one.
Okay.
And another way that common people do that another common error that people might make is they actually look to do it themselves. Like, I got this. And entrepreneurials are really, really focused on this. Like, us entrepreneurials really have it that we can do all sorts of magic. And we can do this. I've read books. I've talked to people. I know how to attend webinars or seminars or, group support groups. And so they might do that. A third thing that they might do is they might hire insufficient or inadequate assistants. Now, that's another thing which is actually pretty dangerous, kind of cutting corners. Like, I'm not sure I have the money. I'm not sure I have the time. Maybe I don't have the energy. And so they hire someone in order to meet the needs that they're doing, have them believe that they're doing something after all,
right?
But it's insufficient or inadequate for the needs that are really required.
And real quick, number 4, real quick, please.
Yeah, the 4th thing would be just, hire me or hire somebody who really...
This is probably a pretty good option. All right, we've got 90 seconds left, still 3 questions to go. Real quick, a top tip, a valuable free action someone could take. Not going to solve the whole problem, but it might take them a step in the right direction.
Well, it really comes in the title. The title is that these people and you, even if you are miserable, are simply not mentally ill. It is a conversation that's supported by an agreement reality. And the possibility is that you're really just living life as a human walking through the planet.
And just that understanding, that acceptance of that is going to help people a lot. A valuable free resource, 60 seconds left. I'm going to give folks this. It's welcometohumanity.net. What do folk find there, Fred, real quick?
Well, right there, this is a website that's actually in construction, and what they're going to find is the growth of Dr. Fred over the last few years. Now, I was a more conventional doctor, but now I'm really starting to reach out and use creativity, connection, communication as a source of all.
There's a lot of resource there, blog, podcasts, free stuff. So go get them. There's so many episodes there. I've been there. It looks terrific. 20 seconds left, Fred. What's the one question I should have asked you? And the answer, please, in 15 seconds.
Yeah, what's the project I'm up to? Look out for October 10th, 2021. It is the Mental Wealth Summit for the Earth. And our good friend Mark Victor Hansen is involved, perhaps. Many, many top names are getting together to take on this cool topic.
Dr. Fred, thanks so much for your time. Thanks for checking out our Marketing the Invisible podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate us, and leave us a review. It's very much appreciated. And if you want to generate 5 fresh leads in just 5 hours, then check out www.5hourchallenge.com.